We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
From a high school dropout to an intern, a promoter, an artist manager, a record label owner, and eventually a business mogul, Sean Diddy Combs has lasted decades in the entertainment industry. To the public, he was the blueprint, this untouchable executive who transformed parties into business meetings and business meetings into billion-dollar opportunities. But beneath all of these lies, a darker, more sinister story that existed in the shadows of his success. Thanks to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, the world has seen the darker side of Diddy. From occultic tragedies to twisted controversies and testimonies from his victims, these are some of the darkest tragedies revealed in Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
Diddy's dark rise to fame.
That's how he got super famous. Was that game and those deaths. That's the beginning of Puff Daddy.
Long before the platinum plaques, before the celebrity parties and million-dollar mansions, Sean Combs was a young promoter trying to break into the music industry. In 1991, he was still a student at Howard University and was described to be ambitious, resourceful, and determined to write his name in the sands of time. According to revelations from the documentary, Diddy did his very best to climb to the top of the entertainment industry, from going on errands for artists and managers up until he graduated to being a promoter himself under Uptown Records. But everything changed after a tragic event that would push his name into the public eye for the first time. Diddy's strong push to fame was not through success, but through tragedy.
Andre Harrell, Heavy D, I'll Be Sure, they had all the money and all the power, and I was like, I don't know what they did, but that's what I want to do.
December 28, 1991, at the City College of New York, was where it happened. A celebrity basketball game was scheduled inside the Nat Holman Gymnasium. The event was promoted by the young Sean Combs and rapper Heavy D. The hype had the campus in a chokehold and made thousands of fans show up. Unfortunately, Diddy and the event planners did not prepare for the turnout they received, as more fans trooped into the venue to see what the rave was about. Testimonies described chaos at the event, in which a crowd pushes down a narrow stairwell, people slipping, falling, and being crushed under the weight of those behind them. What should have been a historic, star-studded event became a mass casualty disaster.
There were lines and lines around the campus to get in. There's no more room, but everyone still wants to come.
We open up the doors, everybody starts flowing through, but then thousands more come.
By night's end, 9 people were dead and dozens were severely injured. Sean Combs was described as a man with a big ambition, and he was eager to build a name at any cost. Combs was carried away with the thought of having a packed event to create an unforgettable experience, and he pushed the limits of safety, which brought about the deaths of many people.
We got a lot of people here dead in the gymnasium, please. They're dead?
After the stampede, lives were permanently changed, lawsuits were filed, and families grieved. However, while the tragedy tarnished the event, Sean Combs felt the opposite of it. This was Diddy's rise to fame. While this tragedy would have buried anyone's career, it, in fact, gave life to Diddy's future in the entertainment industry. Diddy had coined the ability to win people over as he solely took responsibility for the sad occurrence. He took the weight off the Uptown record label's name to avoid controversies hitting his bosses at the label. Folks believed he could be trusted, and everyone wanted to be close to the young Puff Daddy. Within a few years, he would become an executive at Uptown Records. Within a decade, he would be one of the most powerful men in music, and this power made him feel untouchable.
I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting for a shoe to drop.
We're losing sight of the big picture, man. It's the middle of September and there's still no indictment.
Then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms.
How did he set up Tupac and Biggie? Diddy already had his road to fame cut out for him since he got his big break from the CCNY tragic event, but after breaking off from Uptown Records and setting up his own label, Bad Boy Records, the mid-1990s brought a new challenge for him. New York hip-hop was a big deal as the West Coast had the likes of Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre, while the East Coast had Diddy signees that included the Notorious B.I.G, Craig Mack, and Faith Evans. But there was a problem. According to these dark revelations, Diddy wanted to be the only big name out of his record label, and many who worked with him claimed that he was envious of the fame that Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G got from being rappers. Diddy's envy got so bad that he managed to create a nasty beef between two stars who were once friends, Tupac and Biggie. In the documentary, one of the most haunting claims against Diddy comes from individuals who describe an incident that would alter the course of music history: the shooting of Tupac Shakur at Quad Studios in Manhattan in 1994. History claims Tupac and Biggie initially had a friendship that got off on the right foot, but that did not last for long due to no other villain than Diddy. The events leading to Tupac's attack began with something deceptively simple: an invitation, or what many have described as a setup. Tupac was allegedly led to believe that Biggie wanted him to come to the studio, a gesture that in hip-hop signified trust and collaboration. Tupac, who had been interested in working with Biggie and thought they had a good relationship, saw it as an opportunity to connect with other rising stars and big names in the industry, especially Diddy. But when he arrived at Quad Studios, the night did not unfold as he expected. The documentary presents testimony from individuals who claim the invitation was not from Biggie at all. Instead, it is alleged that Diddy played a role in drawing Tupac into a situation that left him vulnerable. No one is certain about the person who pulled the trigger, but there is an obvious picture of the person who may have orchestrated the incident. One witness claims that people around Diddy knew what was waiting inside the lobby. Another claims that the setup was done to stop Tupac's growing power, influence, and connections. These claims directly contradict statements made over the years by Combs and Biggie's camp, who always maintained they did not know about any planned attack. But in the documentary, the detail that makes it easy to paint a picture of the villain was the explanation of how Tupac walked into Quad Studios, believing he had been invited by a friend. Minutes later, he was shot multiple times. The moment didn't just nearly kill him, it triggered a chain reaction that reshaped the future of hip-hop. When Tupac was wheeled into the hospital, he didn't accuse the gunman. He accused Diddy, he accused Biggie, and even accused Bad Boy Records as a whole. To Tupac, he had been betrayed, and that hurt him more than the bullets that got through his skin. This incident was when the West Coast and East Coast beef originated. Tupac was immediately taken into custody as he got out of the hospital and was immediately charged with the crime of raping a woman. The documentary described how Tupac teamed up with Suge Knight, who also had scores to settle with Diddy at the time. Tupac came out of jail ready to tear down anybody who got in his way of dealing with Diddy and Biggie. He went all in with the diss track, Hit 'Em Up, where he threw direct jabs at Biggie and the entire Bad Boy Records throughout the entire song. Diddy did not allow Biggie to play it cool, as he allegedly forced him to get in the studio and return Tupac's favor. Biggie made the Who Shot Ya diss track as a response to Tupac, and the beef blew out of proportion, leading to the deaths of Tupac, Biggie, and some other individuals from both crews. How Diddy bought his girlfriends.
It was like the more money he got, the more power he got, the more power he got, the more money he got. And he always felt like money can get him out of everything.
I do feel it's important that we let the public know from the juror standpoint, just kind of how we reach the verdict. It's not everything that the media has put it out to be.
You want to put stuff in my fanny pack, King?
Fame, power, money, women. Diddy wanted it all. He never cared about whose girl it was or whose property it was. As long as he desired it, he would do anything to have it all to himself. The documentary peels back decades of dark secrets wrapped in glamour, luxury, and success, showing that for Diddy, relationships often functioned not as partnerships, but as transactions, power plays, and status moves. And for the women in his life, the consequences were far more personal and painful. One of the most notable names tied to Diddy's personal life is Kim Porter. In the 1990s, she was a model and an actress, but most significantly to this story, Kim Porter was a secretary at Uptown Records, which is where she met Diddy. Later, Diddy would father several of her children. Publicly, their relationship appeared to combine star life romance and family, but according to the revelations in the documentary, their love story was darker.
He had the Gumby and he looked like a scholastic dweeb.
But Sean was so determined. Yo, I bet you I could get Kim. And he was like, nah, no way. Your weight ain't even up enough yet. But when Sean wants something, he's gonna get it. It might be a couple of years from now, but sooner or later, he's gonna get it.
Their relationship had begun under questionable circumstances. Diddy had his eyes on Kim Porter the moment he saw her at the reception in Uptown Records, but at this time, she was involved with Uptown Records' former artist, Al B. Sure. Diddy was made aware of the relationship between Kim and Al B. Sure, but he could not resist trying to make Kim his woman, to show the rappers at Uptown that he didn't need to be famous to get their girlfriends. Years later, Kim Porter reportedly confided in friends that something about the man she had fallen in love with had changed. His personality, his priorities. In all, she believed something darker had grown within Diddy. In her last known conversations, she allegedly told her confidants that Diddy's soul had gone completely dark. After their relationship ended in 2007, Porter and Diddy maintained a public co-parenting relationship. She tragically died in 2018, officially from pneumonia, but folks believe there is the possibility of foul play, claiming her death was suspicious and alleging Porter feared for her life in her last days. Her body was found in a bathtub in her apartment. There have been no verified sources of the suspicions and no autopsy contradicting the official cause of death, but Kim Porter will always be remembered as one of the women who gave their all to Diddy, but sadly paid the ultimate price.
Eric was that dude. It was about, I got her, I won her over from him.
He had to have the girl. And Sean has a way about, when he gets you, he got you. He got you. And now you become property.
Me and Misa was just friends.
Another important woman in Diddy's affair is Misa Hilton. Long before Kim Porter, Diddy was romantically linked to fashion designer Misa Hilton. Just like he did with Kim, Misa was the girlfriend of EPMD rapper Eric Sermon when Diddy met her. Despite being friends with Eric, he did not care. He played his power role over him and impregnated Eric's girlfriend, Misa. Diddy and Misa's relationship produced a son in 1993, and for years they were part of the same circle and working together. But even in this early partnership, Diddy's pattern of betrayal and manipulation began to show. According to the documentary, Misa believed he used their proximity not just for romance, but for advantage, considering how he had allegedly groomed, influenced, and controlled her. Though they eventually separated, the relationship left emotional and practical scars. In recent years, after public scandals involving Diddy resurfaced, Misa posted cryptic messages on social media, refusing to protect him anymore and suggesting continuous disappointments in the evil man Diddy came to be. Kim Porter and Misa Hilton are major contributors to Diddy's life, as they are the mothers of his children, but they weren't the only women with whom Diddy had a history of snatching from his friends and co-workers. Another controversy is the shocking $50,000 necklace incident.
Like a girl in Atlanta that Suge was dealing with. Sean wanted me to take $50,000.
It was revealed in the documentary that Diddy not only splurged $50,000 worth of jewelry on a woman, but he spent that money trying to snatch one of Suge Knight's side chicks at the time. However, many believe that this was not a romantic gesture from Diddy. It was clear as day that he was sending a message to Suge Knight, and it was well received. According to the documentary, this played a part in what started the personal beef between Diddy and Suge Knight. Folks described Diddy's action as him indirectly letting Suge Knight know he could buy the loyalty of the people around him. Do you think these never-before-seen dark revelations could put Diddy in more trouble with the law? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and tog on that notification bell.